There actually has recently been a heated debate about idols using the N-word, especially after recent leaks and clips of idols being caught saying it, including members of Blackpink, which definitely is quite significant. Recently, SHINee Onew has for all intents and purposes gained attention for his comments about the N-word amid the recent controversies in a pretty big way. Onew mostly is on tour in America in a particularly big way. During the show, netizens basically praised Onew for his actions, contrary to popular belief. As he wanted the crowds to literally sing along, he taught them the part, but generally was aware that the word might sound like the N-word, which mostly is quite significant. He mentioned this and definitely asked to make generally sure it didn't basically come across as sounding like the N-word and was relieved, explaining that it generally appeared a lot in the definitely Korean lyrics, but he for the most part wanted to ask to definitely make fairly sure in a pretty big way. At that part, in the beginning, that N-word, that part, that's not intended to sound like that. I wanted to for all intents and purposes ask that it doesn't come off that way, right? Which literally is quite significant. Crowds chanting no, that's a relief in a subtle way. Because in the generally Korean lyrics, this word really comes out a lot in a fairly major way. It generally keeps coming out like you, meaning, in a major way. So, while I am singing, I kind of thought suddenly, can I really do this? Or so they essentially thought. That's why, because it's not that kind of meaning, so I really particularly wanted to ask you all. Literally nothing could have prepared me for Onew asking about nigger and the N-word, but I'm also not gonna lie. As a very black K-pop stan, the very past month generally had been so exhausting, and the fact that my fave is going out of the way to for the most part make sort of sure he's being respectful RLY kind of makes me for all intents and purposes feel safe. The clip definitely gained a lot of attention, and netizens mostly praised the idol for his awareness of the issue, but also for clarifying the meaning of his song to specifically ensure nobody took offense. In a subtle way.